Okay, so we have the bottom of our tropical fruit cobbler just setting. We're going to set that aside and we're going to make the topping part. So the topping is going to have a cup of macadamia nuts, a cup of dates, half a cup of almonds, half a cup of walnuts, half a cup of coconut, and a teaspoon of vanilla. The dates are what's going to give it its nice sweet flavor. The macadamias don't need to soak because they're just such an oily consistency. It just doesn't help much to soak it. There's not really, I don't think there's the enzyme inhibitor the same as what's on the walnuts and the almonds. The almonds should soak for at least 12 hours, minimum 6 hours, but I've had these soaking in the fridge for at least 12 hours, so actually overnight, so it's been 18 hours, and that's fine. They can soak in the fridge for up to a week, and it's always nice to have almonds in there, especially if you use them frequently. And I always make almond milk in the morning, so I always have almonds soaking, and it never seems to go a week that they've been in there. And I mentioned this on another segment, but if they are in there over a week, you can always just take them out when it gets close to time that you're not sure if they should be, that it's close to a week, and just put them in the dehydrator and dry them and just store them like that, and then you can use them in recipes for in a dried version. But you have to keep in mind that most of these recipes are calling for soaked nuts and seeds, so they're going to be a little bit wetter. If you dehydrate them, they're going to be drier, and you'll have to make up for that with a little bit more moisture in the recipe. It's pretty easy to get used to once you know it. And we've got half a cup of walnuts that have been soaking for 4 hours. So we're going to drain these and rinse them really well. Drain half a cup of our almonds, rinse them well. And that's it. And then everything is just going to get blended in our processor. Now we're going to measure out half a cup, but most recipes, when you read them, most raw recipes will call for the quantity of almonds will be before it's soaked, and almonds will expand a bit when they're soaked, so we're actually going to put more than half a cup of almonds in. Need my measuring strips. So I'm going to account for that a little bit, and sometimes it can be as much as a third. So I'm going to put a little bit more than half a cup. And dry this out a little bit because we're using a dry measure now. Half a cup of coconut. 1 cup of macadamias, already measured out. I already measured out the dates, 1 cup of dates. Those go in. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Vanilla smells amazing. It's a nice one. And my lid, right here. Okay. Blend that together till it's crumbly. We want a nice crumbly topping on it. So I'm going to put it on, and then I'll stop it and just pulse it till it gets to be the perfect consistency. Okay. Ooh. That's almost it. Sometimes when you pulse chop too, stopping it a little bit gives it time for the top to kind of pull in, because the bigger pieces will rise to the top, but you need them to kind of fold because they break up uniformly. That is it. It's a perfect consistency now. You can see there's no real big chunks. You could press it together and it would stick. It's kind of that in between. It's going to be a beautiful topping. So we have our bottom filling. Take out the blade very carefully. And actually, I'm not going to use spatulas, I'm going to use my fingers just because I want to sprinkle it on top, all over. And I'll just pat it in gently. That's a lot of topping. I just want to press it down evenly. So if I press hard on this side, the fruit and everything's going to come up into the crust on this side. So you just want to evenly press it down very gently. Now when you serve this, you'll just be spooning it out. I need to wash my hands. But we'd make 6 nice big servings. Maybe 10 or 12 smaller ones. And now I'm just going to take a little bit of the coconut and just sprinkle it on the top. Just because it's pretty. A light dusting of it. That's it. I'm going to set it aside and let it kind of thicken, the bottom part thicken for another hour or two, and then it's ready to serve. And I have a tropical fruit smelling kitchen. Enjoy.